just glide effortlessly around this room, dripping with talent. I welcome Don and David Was of Was Not Was. Welcome to the show. Great to see you again. Now, I think, first of all, when was the last time you were on the show for about 15 years ago?
15, we were in your first year, whatever that was. Yeah.
Whatever that was, when I was 3 years old.
Of course.
And and I believe this is your first album since then.
It is.
I mean, I think the first question has to be, why so long?
Hibernation. We're like bears.
Yes.
We actually fell asleep for about 15 years.
Yeah. Do bears fall asleep for 15 years?
Not sure. Done?
No.
No, I don't.
Do you know, just speaking of bears, because I've always wanted to know the answer to this, if you're menaced by a bear, do you look them in the eye or do you not look them in the eye? I'm never sure which it is, or do you run away?
You attack.
You which?
You attack.
You attack?
Yeah.
just like sort of...
Yeah, go for it.
OK, thanks for that. It's been a great help. Thanks very much, Don. Now, actually, Don, you're a very, well, I would say, prolific producer. You know, the Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, B-52s, Bonnie Raitt. I mean, is it difficult? Something like the Rolling Stones, it must be difficult to produce. And what do you do?
That's easy. They're good. It's bad bands that are hard to produce. A good producer picks good bands.
Clever ploy. Yeah. But what sort of thing does the, for the uninitiated, what does a producer of the Rolling Stones have to do? Get the vibe right, lighting?
Let them be the Rolling Stones. Yeah, just create an environment where they can, or help create an environment where they can be themselves. They're great, man. They're the best band I ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Funny enough, we had Marshall Chess on last week. He was saying the same thing. They'll play as one, with one mind. Yeah. And where were you? What have you been up to? Where David Don's been busy producing?
Worked on a couple of movies, the X-Files movie, doing the soundtrack, and another one coming up this summer. So,
what was the concept of for the uninitiated? Because you've got the fantastic singers. Was Not Was is an amazing band. What is the concept of Was Not Was?
Well, we're kind of a soul band from Detroit, but we grew up in the '60s there. So you had bands like the Stooges and the MC5 playing, and a heavy jazz scene going on. So we just kind of represent the city we grew up in.
And also, of course, the town of Motown.
Motown was there, of course. Yeah, we loved bands like Marvin Gaye and the Four Tops and the Temptations were amazing.
I'm so pleased you said the Temptations because I love the Four Tops, we love them all, but we've got film of the Temptations.
I'd like to see that.
I'm perfectly happy to show it to you on this occasion.
Fly like a bird in the sky. Yeah, I can buy anything that money can buy. Oh, I can turn a river into a raging fire. I can live forever if I so desire. Unimportant are all these things I can do. 'Cause I can't get next to you. Get next to you.
Fantastic, bit of lovely Temptations.
Yeah.
There's a Temptations vibe, I think, with some of what you do. So I mean, I'm just going to say that this is a marvellous album.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
going to have to move off. The band is fantastic. It's great to have you in the studio. Thank you very much for joining us. And look, what are you going to play for us next?
Little something called Semi-Interesting Week.
Nice, ADT. Thank you very much. Automatic double tracking. Thank you, Don and David Was Not Was. We'll be with him in a moment. Oh.